Welcome to a What's Up Wednesday, where you ask me your burning questions and I attempt to answer them. Today we are going to discuss tires. You did not send in a question about tires, but I had a blowout on my rig this week and I figured this was a good time to let you know about tires. So without further ado, I'm going to walk outside and show you my tires. Be back in a minute. Well, when I purchased Vinny in 2018, I needed new tires. And I bought these all-country Ironman tires with these all-terrain treads. Good tires, 10-ply tires, E-rated load rating, 16-inch rims, big O tires. So the trick is you've got to keep them inflated. Now, right now they're all inflated very well. They take about 80 pounds of tire pressure for these tires to inflate. The other thing I did was I bought a really strong heavy ply trailer tire. Now, that one's been on a little longer than the ones that have been on Vinny. Now yesterday when I was coming from Phoenix, or the day before, this side, passenger side, tire was low. And I knew about it and I was looking for a place to get air. However, I didn't. I forgot and slipped my mind. So while I was on the interstate going at about 70 miles an hour, it blew. So I had to replace it with this tire, which is a standard car tire, and the PSI rating for this is only 50 pounds. The PSI rating for my other tires is 80. So as you can see, this tire is kind of squishy. It's not going to last long. This is definitely a spare. This tire, definitely not heavy duty, and it does not hold the weight of this vehicle. As you see by the tire that I put on here, I have a standard car tire on here now. It's a different size. My tires are 245, 75, 16s, and the new tire is a 245, 70, 16. That 70 is the height of the tire. It's not as tall as the other tires. It's about 2 inches shorter. It does ride okay, but it's only temporarily. You can get by as long as the rim fits and that sort of thing. Now the reason I had to buy that tire is because Vinny does not have a spare. Now before you all start yelling and screaming, get a spare, or you should have had a spare, Vinny has no place to put one. There's no rack, there's no connection nowhere on this van to put a spare, and it will not fit under the bed. So what am I going to do about that? Now Outback has a spare on the back of the trailer, and I'll go show you that spare in a second. But what am I going to do about this other spare? What I think I'm going to do is, first off, I'm going to replace that tire. I'm going to replace the tire that's on there. Got to replace it with another all-terrain tire, which means I may have to buy two, because these tires that are on here are pushing 3 years old, or I may be able to get a used tire to get by on here that'll match pretty good. And that's what I'm looking to do, because the tire I have on, the new one, is only got 130 miles, so I can still possibly trade it out for a good used tire, and that would be an option if you can find a used tire dealer who has that size. The trick is when you have a blowout, if you don't have a spare, finding a tire that fits your vehicle can be difficult, especially if you're in an RV or a big a full-ton vehicle like mine. Half-tons, you can find those all over the place. Full-ton, not so much. So carrying an extra tire, not even with a rim, just the tire, would be very beneficial, because as I found out, they can change the tire from one rim to the other out on the road. It's not very safe, because I blew out on I-10 outside of Tonopah, Arizona, which is a pretty busy part of the interstate. It's only 2 lanes, so we've got truck traffic going by all day. So changing a tire from one rim to the other is kind of dangerous when you're out on the road. However, to put a tire on my vehicle, I cannot do by myself, so I have to have roadside service anyway. I don't have a jack that will lift this thing up, and I don't have the strength to undo all the bolts. So putting a tire on is physically impossible for me to do. So roadside assistance has to come. So hauling around an extra rim with that weight and tire, not necessarily a, you know, a have-to thing, but hauling around a tire that'll fit the rims you have is a very to-do thing. And I will be hauling one that will fit my rims, even if it's this passenger one. I'll be hauling it around until I get 2 new tires, and then I'll take the old tire off the driver's side and use that as a spare. So having a spare is a very important deal. You know, it's easy to get it done. Yesterday or day before, I was having trouble finding a tire that would even fit my rims. So anyway, I guess the moral of this What's Up Wednesday is, 1, have a spare tire. Number 2, always check the inflation on the tire. Most of your blowouts occur due to low tire pressure. Not high tire pressure, low tire pressure. So when your tires are low, that's when they heat up and the friction causes them to get too hot, and then they explode. When mine exploded, it exploded all the way around the rim. There was like big chunks like this big, just all the way around, like every inch all the way around that rim. There was big chunks missing. It didn't blow out where the tread is, it blew out in the sidewall. Now, I have 10-ply tires. Those are some heavy-duty thick tires. Like I said, load rating E. 80 pounds per square inch of pressure. However, low pressure caused it to heat up and blow. So, keep a spare. Even if you don't have a rim, keep a spare. Keep your pressure checked all the time. All the time. Keep your pressure up to where it needs to be. Especially if you have the heavy loads like I do. My van's very heavy. I need that heavy load in the back. A heavier duty tire would work, but I don't even think they make one. I'd love to have one with a load range F on it, which has a higher PSI even than the E's, but finding one of those might be impossible. But I'm going to look around and see if I can find them. Anyway, I'm going to take you back and show you my spare that's on Outback, because I got a new tire cover and I want to show you guys that. So come with me, and I'm going to walk back there and show you what I got. And so if you bear with me for a minute, take you to the back, show you what's going on with Vinny back here, or Outback. Oh, sorry, the tailgate's down. So let me close the trailer and I'll show you in a second. Well, this is our new tire cover for Outback's spare tire. And what I did is I bolted this spare tire rack right through the tailgate door. So it's at the bottom of the trailer. There's plenty of room up top. And so that's where to haul the spare there. Now on this side, I have a ladder and a box. I could put a spare here, and I might quite possibly will, because I can lift that and put it there. It would add a little more weight to this side, so I'm kind of sketchy on that. But maybe, because this side here has a table on it, and then the door, and the door's super heavy, so I'm also thinking maybe a spare here on the tongue up here. But that might not be an issue, might not be a possibility either, because that would add more tongue weight to the front of Vinny. So I've got to figure this out. Maybe I'll talk to some of the other guys over here who have some ideas, and maybe they can help me out. Anyway, that's where the spare is for Vinny. Say hi to people, Jake. Say hi, Jake.
Oh, wagging his tail.
Well, that's it for our What's Up Wednesday this week. And I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you learned something. Remember, spare tire, keep your tires inflated. All right? And drive safe. Follow your heart, embrace your dreams, and cherish your life, and get out there and do something fun today. Subscribe, share, hit that like button, hit the bell, go check our merchandise out. Gosh, the list keeps getting longer and longer and longer. Anyway, thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next time. All right, bye-bye.